Hello, how are you guys? Today I'm gonna show you something really yummy. You all would like to know how to make this. We're going to make a knafe toast. We're going to use this type of bread. This bread is from Woolworths. You can find it anywhere. So if you like to know how to make knafe toast, keep watching my story and let's get started. First step, guys, let's just make some atar. I have in a pot 2 cups of sugar and 1 cup of water. Same cup I use for the sugar and the water. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna mix it or anything. I'm just gonna leave it until all the sugar dissolves and come back to it. Second step, I'm going to shred my cheese. I'm using this cheese. It's sweet cheese. You use it in the sweets. This one I bought it from Abu Salim Greenacre. You can guys buy it from this address. Please don't keep messaging me and asking me where you got it from. It's everywhere in the Lebanese shops, Mediterranean shops, anywhere you can find it. That's what I'm using, but you can use unsalted mozzarella cheese if you like. Okay, after 5 minutes, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of blossom water and a squeeze of lemon. Now I'll leave it only for 2 minutes and that's it. My atar is done. I'm going to leave it on the side to cool now. I'm going to start with my cream. I have shredded 250 grams of cheese. And now we're going to start making our mix. So in a pot, I've added the sugar, cornflour, cream, milk and samolina. And I'm going to whisk all of them very good. And I'm going to wait for it until it thickens. I'm going to keep whisking until it thickens. As you can see, my mix is perfectly thickened. Now I'm going to remove it from the stove. I'm going to add orange blossom water, about 1 tablespoon, and I'm going to add the cheese on top. I'm going to whisk it very well until all the cheese melts. Make sure the cheese has melted and there's no lumps anymore in the mix. As you can see, mashallah. Now I'm going to put my mix into a plate and I will cover it with a glad wrap. Let it cool. Don't forget to cover with a glad wrap because we don't want it to dry. Alright, let's continue with the knafe. Now I made this few hours before, not now. It's very cold now. And look, I sliced my cheese, very thin slices. That's a sweet cheese again. I took 250 grams and I sliced it again like this. Now I'm going to add 1 cup of milk to a bowl. And 2 eggs. I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And I'm going to mix everything together very well. Use any of them. It's no drama at all. This one you can put it in a blender and crush it very fine. This one's already crushed and ready to use. So I'm just gonna use this one because it's easier. So I'm trying to say whatever you have at home works, whether this one or this one. So all good. Okay, now this is done. I'm gonna keep it on the side. Now, last step before we start assembling, we have 2 choices. I have cornflakes crumbs and I have cornflakes. You can use. So I'm trying to say whatever you have at home works, whether this one or this one. So all good. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set the bread on the paper or on a plate or whatever you like. And I'm gonna add the mix on top of the bread. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set the bread on the paper or on a plate or whatever you like. And I'm gonna add the mix on top of the bread. Okay, now I'm going to add mozzarella cheese on top. this way, and I'm gonna cover it with another base. Now this is the hardest part. We're gonna dip the bread into the milk quickly. We don't want to dip it too long. This is very sensitive bread, and then we're going to put it into the breadcrumb. I'm also going to do the sides. Okay, now it's done. I'm gonna put it on the side and continue with the rest. Now I'm doing the second one. Remember guys, you have to be very quick when you put it in the milk because this is very sensitive bread. You can't leave it in the milk for a very long time. And I should have wore gloves, but I feel like gloves doesn't work in this situation, so it's okay. My hands are clean. You can also work with your hands. Okay, perfect. That's number 2. And if you want a heavier taste, you can add extra cream and you can add extra cheese. That's the second batch I'm making. I'm making with extra cheese and extra cream. Okay ladies, mashallah, I want to show you how much one bag makes. I made all this 6, 7, and I was only left with one piece of bread. But if you don't want to cook all this at one time, you can actually start freezing it from here. You can put it in the freezer and leave it for another time to use. And I actually want to show you again, mashallah, look how much left I have from the cream. And I literally put a lot of cream in my bread because I like it nice and creamy and cheesy, and I still have leftover cheese. And also look at the egg mixture, it's too plenty. I will get tomorrow extra bread inshallah, and I will make it. This one can be put in the fridge for tomorrow, no problem, and the cheese as well. So I will show you like this. If you want to put it in the freezer, what can you do to put it in the freezer and so you can use it again another. Okay guys, let me show you quickly how can you store them in the freezer. So you need to put in a Ziploc. This is a sandwich bag. Just put it in a sandwich bag and zip it, and you can put it in the freezer now. It doesn't take any space and it's very easy for you to use later. So yeah, this is how you're gonna store it. And look, I made a little one with the leftover bread because I didn't want to throw it. How cute is that? Okay, alright guys, let's cook us some knafe. We need butter, a lot of butter. I'm gonna start with the first one. Alright, once it's done and crispy from one side, we're going to turn on the other side.